All right, so we're in here right now. We got a really bad nest area, so let's take a look at some of these bugs moving around on this foldable bed. So see right here, these are all live bed bugs. It's still pretty dark up here. The heat hasn't quite reached the top of the house yet, so they're all starting to kind of scatter as they feel it getting warmer. You can see, these are going to be your adult life stage bed bugs. These are your larger bugs.
This stuff here?
And you can see, they're all over the carpet, they're all over everything under the bed, all of these clothes, pretty much everywhere in here there are bugs. This is a pretty dark and damp upstairs area. This is where, they sleep, so, this is where they're going to be feeding at night.
They're in there.
So you want these?
They're in there.
Yeah, what
It's staying right That's all right. We can heat it, but that has to be heated. Okay, heat it. Okay. That's fine. Put it with your.
See all these bugs moving around now. One of the good things is that bed bugs don't fly, so you don't have to worry about them. When you touch something that has bed bugs on it, or you move something that has bed bugs on it, you don't really have to worry about them getting up and moving, in the air. But they will scurry around. You'll see, again, we're gonna go live again when the heat starts to reach, the rest of the house. You'll start to see them all moving, trying to get into somewhere that's not as hot. Typically, when we heat the house, it kills them pretty quickly. We have to heat the house for an extended period of time, usually a few hours, just to make sure that the heat permeates, into the electrical outlets, into the walls, everything like that, because the worse a bed bug infestation gets, they're going to start getting into those places. They're going to start hiding in the places where it's not warm. So let's go back here. We got them, crawling down the mattress again.
That's mine.
Okay.
So you can see, these are some of your larger bed bugs.
Okay, cool.
Let's go ahead and turn the light on. You can see them a little bit better.
All right.
So that's going to be an adult bed bug. That's going to be a little bit bigger. Whereas your nymphs are going to be the ones that are a little bit harder to see. You have something a little bit after the nymph stage right there. These are your adult bed bugs, definitely a lot bigger.
That's a very old Kutan bed, or old bed.
Yep.
So we're gonna go back downstairs right now. We're gonna get the house a little bit warmer. When you're walking around in the house when it's that hot, as we're moving things around, making sure that the bed bugs are not escaping to somewhere that we can't get to them. It is pretty warm in here. You can't really wear jewelry. You don't wear your everything that you're wearing. You're gonna sweat. So one of the good things is that being bed bug technicians, when we're in the house and it's hot, it's actually killing the bugs that are on our clothes. So it's harder for them to transfer off. Someone said they don't fly, but they will come in contact with your clothing. It's totally true. They will come in contact with your clothing. They transfer really easily, and the only way to get rid of them 100% is if you use heat treatment. These pesticides, all of these, recurring treatments that they sell you, this 3 treatment plan, the 7 treatment plan, it doesn't work because the pesticides and all of those things, they don't actually get into the eggs. So you treat it, and then, a few days later, up to a week later, you have, another hatching. They start feeding again. They're nymphs, so you can't really see them. You don't realize that you have them. And then all of a sudden you have another bunch of adult live bed bugs. And they say, they'll say, oh, we'll come back out and we'll treat them for you. We'll take care of it, another, couple $100, stuff like that. Whereas with heat treatment, it's guaranteed all life stages, 100%, they're removed on our treatment. If they're not, and you qualify for, our 60-day warranty, we'll come back out and we'll retreat them for free. So it's one of those things that, do you want to have to suffer for weeks and months trying to do these pesticide treatments, or do you want to go ahead and get it done with one shot with heat treatment? When the heat treatment technology was discovered and developed, it's really the only way to actually get rid of them, 100% guaranteed. So here we go. It's, they're starting to move again. They're starting to feel the house get warmer. As that happens, you'll start to see all of them really scurrying around, things like that. So we're gonna, here we go, we're getting rid of this, this piece, like I said, we can usually salvage most furniture You don't generally have to get rid of all of your clothes. You know, we are going to rifle through your stuff. We're going to pull everything out. We're going to make sure that it gets heated. In this case, you know, with this futon, unfortunately, it's so bad. We just can't salvage this futon. We can't salvage the majority of the furniture, a lot of the clothes in here. But, you know, in usual cases where the infestation hasn't progressed to be this far, we can salvage almost all of your clothing, all of your furniture. You know, everything is pretty much safe. Our heat treatment's not going to hurt it. You know, again, it will melt, you know, like makeup, gel caps, vitamins, things like that. So, you know, that's probably stuff that you're going to have to throw away. But you're not going to have to go, you know, buy all new furniture. You're not going to have to go buy all new clothes. You know, a lot of these pesticides and things that they use, they're really, really dangerous, especially for extended contact. They're poisonous to children. They're poisonous to the elderly. They're poisonous to pets. You know, whereas with heat treatment, you can walk right in, you know, during the heat treatment and, you know, yeah, it's going to be warm, but it's not going to hurt you. And, you know, we obviously, for safety purposes, don't let any of our customers come in the house when we're treating it. But, you know, it's something that when the heat treatment's done, you know, they can, you know, sleep easy, you know, no more worry about bed bugs, no worry about having, you know, some crazy cancers or, you know, other, you know, poison from the pesticides and things like that. So what I'm about to show you right now is going to be a whole slew of bed bugs and bed bug carcasses. They typically pool in, you know, crevices, under beds, under couches. So let's take a look right here inside this futon frame and let's see some really bad bugs. So here you go. All of these are dead bed bugs. And then you got all the live bed bugs in the bed bug shells. So this is what it looks like, again, guys, when it gets really bad, when it goes untreated. I mean, you can't, you know, if you're suffering from bed bugs, get someone to come out and do an inspection. Get someone to come out and take a look. It's free. And there's no charge if you decide that, you know, or we decide that you don't actually have bed bugs. You know, we're going to tell you, hey, guess what? You don't have bugs. You maybe have fleas or you're allergic to your detergent or something like that. But we're going to be honest with you. We're not going to make you pay for something that you don't actually need. You know, we got into this business because we wanted to alleviate suffering. You know, we saw so many people, we heard so many horrible stories about people that got treatments and they didn't work. We heard stories about people that suffered for months and months and months and months, sometimes even years, you know, without any relief. So we got into this business to fix that problem, to start finding ways to effectively treat bed bugs and get rid of them once and for all. So I got Chris up here again doing some more inspecting of the property. We're just making sure that we're getting all of the stuff out of the house. Anything that, you know, we can't salvage, anything that the heat treatment is just not worth, you know, so they will crawl behind things like posters, stuff like that. So we typically remove the majority of that from the walls. You know, we'll try and make sure that there are no little areas they can hide where it's not necessarily as warm because it's kind of secluded. We will take all of your clothes out of your drawers. We'll let you know that, you know, yes, we're going to go through all of your stuff. We're not going to take any of it or anything like that, but we're going to go through and we're going to have to, you know, pull everything out, make sure that it's all able to be contacted by that heat so we can kill the bed bugs. And as you can see, you know, it's getting pretty warm in here. Starting to sweat. You know, that's pretty common. It's going to be about 140 to 150 degrees in this house once it's all the way up to temperature. So let's go ahead and take a look again. I saw that we have, you know, some new people joining. So here we go. We got some bugs in this futon frame. You know, see, these are all carcasses, but you can see these live bugs, the nymphs, the larger bugs. You can see all of them moving around. So see, I'm going to move this a little bit. You can start seeing all of them scurry, all of them move. You can see all of these bed bug feces on the shoes. You know, you got little nymphs on the shoes crawling around too. You know, again, when the infestation is this bad, it's because, you know, it doesn't get taken care of. You know, they didn't, you know, get an inspection early on. They didn't tell anybody that they thought. It's not something to be embarrassed about. Even $850,000 houses get bed bugs. It's not, nobody is, you know, prevented from getting bed bugs because of how much money they have, how big their house is, how clean their house is.
$3 million houses get bed bugs.
Yeah, so
we've done neurosurgeons' homes. and they have bed bugs.
And it happens, you know, somebody visits your house that had bed bugs, they go stay in a hotel that had bed bugs, you know, for any number of reasons, they could have contracted bed bugs, and it has nothing to do with their sanitation or how clean their house is or how much money they have. Everybody can suffer from bed bugs. So, you know, don't feel like it's something that you have to hide or that you have to be embarrassed about. You know, the most important part is that you tell somebody, that you get an inspection, that you have somebody come out and take a look, because that's how you can get rid of them before you get to the point where you're really, truly suffering. All right, guys, I'm going to head back downstairs. What we're going to do, you know, obviously it's getting pretty warm up here. So I'm going to show you kind of some of the heat treatment equipment that we got going. I see that we have some new visitors. So we got the guys in here pulling out some of these, you know, more infested pieces of furniture. You know, so I'm going to turn you around, show you some of the blowers, how they work. So right now I'm down here, and it's getting pretty warm. I mean, we're talking, you know, probably 100 degrees. It feels like a pretty hot day of summer. This is the piping that we use to get the heat in the house.
The ductwork.
The ductwork that we use to get heat in the house.
The heat coming out of here right now is about 265 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty warm. You know, I'm standing in front of it, and I feel
I'm
like...
happy to have it blow on me, because that way any bed bugs that are on me will be dead within 20 or 30 seconds at that type of temperature. So although it's very uncomfortable, the heat, it's nice to know that the bugs that are on me right now are dying.
Yeah, and again, guys, you know, this kills all life stages of bed bugs. You know,
we're going to go upstairs and harvest some more bed bugs for Butler's training. If you want to follow me, Mario.
Yeah,
follow
sure.
me.
Yeah, so for those of you just joining, this is Chris Gonda, one of the partners of Bed Bug BBQ. He's our resident bed bug expert. So we're going upstairs right now to collect samples to further Butler's training on detecting bed bugs. Also, you know, as the resident experts for bed bugs in Cleveland, we're always testing new products, we're always testing new items, trying to find new ways to prevent infestations, new products that you know, are effective in doing so. So let's go ahead and watch Chris harvest some bed bugs. So this is obviously a really badly infested area. What he's doing right now is he's scraping off the bed bug carcasses as well as the live bed bugs.
See all of them moving?
Now, Chris, you know, once you harvest these, are you gonna, you know, keep them live? Are you gonna freeze them?
No,
How are you gonna...
I'll do some different stuff with them. Look at them move. Look at it. Can you get in there?
So again, guys, you know, for those just joining, this is a really bad infestation. What Chris is doing right now is harvesting some bugs for Butler, the bed bug dog's training, as well as, you know, some different products that we're testing, making sure that, you know, we're always using the most safe and innovative ways to prevent and kill bed bugs, you know, keeping our clients bed bug free, as well as making sure that, you know, all of the products that we're using are both safe for the environment and safe for our clients. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back downstairs. I'll start another live video in about 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have questions, you know, please comment on some of these videos. Thanks, guys. This is Bed Bug BBQ.